Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. See, I arrived back to some questions. Hello Try, hello Reen. Do I plan to play the sequel next, or are you gonna take a break? I will probably play the sequel immediately, starting next week. I think we'll get everything we need to have done probably today, Suikoden. Let's jump into the Let's Chat. I will 100% Tales of Vesperia. I haven't played that one. At some point I probably should. I did purchase it at some point with the intent of playing it on stream. I don't know I'll 100% it though. Unless you meant Zesteria. In which case we kind of did. I guess I did New Game Plus it, but... I'm not going back for some of those skits. But in any case, let's talk about the intent for today. So I think what we're going to do, chat, we're going to play through from where we could have recruited Sonya and instead choose not to. And we are then going to, probably as a little bit of a challenge, play as an all melee or melee only party into the final boss, just to see how different of an experience it would be. But before we do that, we're going to double check our collectibles. If we're missing any, we're going to go over where to find them. And maybe we'll see some Unite attacks. Or at least we'll talk about them. Bigger issue with the I will say I don't know what you're talking about because I haven't played it. I played like maybe 5 minutes of it, but I don't think I'm going to go into Vesperia talk at the moment. I'll save that for a Tales stream. Let's go ahead and jump into the game. We will pause the soundtrack. Come on, there we go. So I believe I left one save file for me open right before where I wanted to continue. We're not going to bother with our other save file. I think I'm going to leave it as is. We're going to take one big ol' look to see what items we have. If I'm missing anything, I'll let you know, and we'll go stop and go around the world, because I want to get everything viewed all at once. Hello, Chris. Hope you're doing well. Sorry, Gremio. You are not going to be making a cameo for today, other than right there. I was gonna say, Reen, you're giving a very strong opinion on a game I have not played, so I don't know what to tell you. I will eventually play it. I will say I was not a fan of the English voices. I might have to play it Japanese only. I very rarely will do that if it's given a choice between English and Japanese for the sake of the viewers, but I'm gonna be real with you, chat. That was some... I'm not even gonna say for kids. I feel like that would be too generous. It was really bad. I really did not like the dub voices. I'm probably not going to be listening to it. Interesting. This is where I am at. Let me sell some items first, actually, chat. Hey, Kirk. Hope you're doing well. Let me just... let's see if I need to save. Can I just go to the 4th floor without recruiting her? I guess I'll find out one way or another. Glad you're mostly recovered, Kirk. Okay, so we're about here. I believe we should be able to go forward. I don't think there'll be any too big of a difference. I'm just gonna make sure I didn't save after I made that change. I'll feel kind of sad. So she still shows up. I think this is the same. We're just looking to see if there's any other differences from this point onwards. We know about the back room. See, we're getting a different speech. So let's read the speech, I think, from this point onwards. So we're basically caught up. So we didn't recruit Sonya. She's still there. We should bother speaking to her again. Listen to me, everyone. You are all travelers, stars that wander freely across the skies. Oh, you're feeling better, Kirk? You have all assembled in this single spot. Together you will be victorious. Okay, we've seen a little bit of that before. Sorry things are hot for you right now, Try. So I don't think this is any different, so I'm just gonna skim through this, yeah. So you can see we have an abridged scene here. Obviously, Gremio doesn't show up. And we are good to go. Unfortunately, all of this is the same. Now, one downside to what we're doing at the moment is we are going to have to gamble at some point, I think. But we're going to save the gambling for when we're ready to go. So we're probably going to end up booting basically everybody from the party. We'll get there eventually, chat. Also, unfortunately, we might have to redo the siege battle. I'm not entirely sure. But hey. Alright, so this is right before the final battle. Out of curiosity. Can we witness the scene and just have her executed? Or did we miss the scene? Let's find out together, chat. She's still here. We don't get the scene, though. I know business with you. Then don't speak to me. What if I do this? You have a point there. Our viewpoints are very different. And we saw the little bits of dialogue difference, I suppose, there. So we still didn't recruit her, ultimately. So before we go ahead with the final battle... Okay, in the small chance that I have to go and travel around the world again, chat, we're gonna have to eventually choose 3 characters to beat the game with. Because we're forced to have Victor, we're forced to have Flick, right? I guess this is an opportunity to bring in some chat favorites. I'm probably gonna bring in Stallion, because I want to go fast if I have to travel around the world. Or is there anybody we really haven't seen? I guess mostly just like the heavy hitters we haven't seen. Choose the Holy 3. I assume you mean Kuramimi... What's his name? Dawn... Where's Fusulu? I'm assuming that's who you mean by that. Anyway, he's now... The power team is here now. Let's see. We could have Persmerga, but we already had him before. Honestly, most of these characters are just kind of okay-ish. You know, you kind of use them for your united attacks, that's about it. Also, we never play with Futch, which is kind of sad. He basically went through the game unloved. I guess I could pick any medium range character. You know what? We didn't give Crowley any love, so I think while we're walking around the overworld, let's put Crowley in the team. The way I could just do... Actually, Crowley should not be in the front row. Something like this should be okay. Okay, so let's go see if they're even needed. I'm assuming they are. I think I forgot one book, if I'm not mistaken. But the best way to tell is just to gather everything in your inventory. So this game is kind of strange in that there are, I think, dummy items that exist in the game that you can't get normally, so I'm gonna try to remember to exclude those. But surprisingly, I think we got every sound effect. Silver Necklace is 17 defense, interesting. Fire Rune... I think that's actually gonna be relevant for us. Just kind of surprising. We're gonna move some of the pieces over to here, because we actually need melee damage. We're gonna move some of these out. 500 pieces don't stack? That's weird. I'm gonna leave a escape talisman on one of my characters. Since we're not playing super seriously, I might as well finally use all these skill items. Magic up when I'm not gonna use it. 10 out of 10 strategy time. Oh, we just have so many random rune pieces. I kind of love it though. Anyway, let's go through the paints. Hopefully I still have space for it. Yeah. Window setting 3. Okay. Do I have window setting 2 is the question. We have red, blue, yellow. These are all the basics. We have white, black, and pink, and I think that might be the final one. Do I have the alien menu theme? Not sure what you mean by that. If that is a sound effect in this game, I don't recall. We do have one sound set I think we never handed over. So the colors are, just to reiterate, we have, so in order, I think it's white, yellow, blue, we've done. The white was in La Ponce, yellow was in Tien, blue was in Rakan. We have those. Red, we received from Scarleticia. Oh, we don't have green. Where was green? Necklord's Castle. How did we not get green? I feel a character has to have some inventory, chat. There's no way. There's no way we missed anything in Necklord's Castle, chat. We have scavenged that place very thoroughly. We might have to have a go look later in one of our other character party members' menus. We have 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, you know what it is? Okay, I think I know what's going on. So, books 3 and 4 are really annoying, and I forgot to do a checklist for those while I was there. So for now, chat, why don't we just power up here? He's the only character that's going to be consistent here. So, there are items you can receive from places other than chests, and I believe were some of those, chat. I never actually went and looked at the bookcases in a few of the places. Now, I feel like I did that for the Dragon Fortress, which is why I'm probably just going to scan through our items before we go too far. That should open up our inventory significantly. Yeah, we're going to check our inventory out, I think. We're going to continue. Yeah, I mean, it might be there. I'm not going to say that it doesn't exist in this game. I just don't remember. So I'm pretty sure 3 and 4 are both bookshelf related. I thought we had received 4 and I had forgotten about 3. See, that I thought 3 was the book that I had forgotten. I guess I can equip the Rage Rune on people. Question mark. This is probably fine. Well, actually, speaking of which... we'll hold off on it. The doubling the speed, I think, is very useful for Fusulu, so you can actually go. But we need to hand in some of these items for sure. So let us have a little magical journey to the first floor. Speaking of which, why don't we have a compilation of where everything is before I go too much further. The sound number 0 we get from Sonier, which I believe we already got. Necklord's Castle at setting 1, which I think is the animal one. We have sound setting 2, which I think we get somewhere in Seek Valley, and I think we got sound setting 3 at some point. So we're gonna have a look together, chat, just to double check. Oh, actually, I think it was going the right way. We're not gonna investigate what they are. We're just gonna put them away so I have some inventory space. We're just gonna talk to this person real quick to make sure if we have anything in our inventory, we get rid of it. Yeah, see that? We only have voices, animal. It looks like we're missing one of them. Oh, that squeaking is horrible. We'll put it on the voice for now. Mostly just want to get rid of these. Make sure they're not in our inventory anymore. You can see I'm missing some colors here. Mix it up a little bit by just coming over here. Give me 1 second, chat, and then I'll read what you have to say. You know, it is kind of funny though, chat. I was double checking just before the stream. But unfortunately, there's not really a good guide for some of these items. Like, the sources are actually wrong. So I'm actually conferring on one of these real quick. Sorry about that, chat. Do, down setting. Yeah, we got one from the Siren in Scheherazade. I remember that. Down setting 2 was in the Seek Valley chest thing. So I am still missing one. Interesting. I'm really curious if I left it on somebody else. I'm gonna be real with you, chat. I feel like anything that's in a chest we should have collected already, because I did a pretty good job going through that. Sorry about that, chat. I'm back. Yeah, so weirdly enough, like, even though there's spaces for more sounds, there's only so many sounds that you can actually acquire in the game without using, like, a Game Shark or otherwise modifying it, which is kind of confusing. So, for example, there's slots for 5 sounds, but you only pick up 4. You know what I mean, chat? It's kind of weird. We handed in, I think, Windows setting 3, I believe, just now. That should be good to go. We're gonna drop off most of the books later, I think. And I just want to double check one of the paints. Yeah, we're gonna double check. I'm trying to recall who would have had the paint. And hopefully we can use the subsystem of this just to double check our inventories real quick. Because otherwise, trying to character roulette through it could be a big pain. Ooh, it's not going to show us what their inventory is. That's actually a big problem. Chat, Okay, well, we're going to hand in the paints, I suppose, what we have. We get to see the image slowly complete itself. And we're missing 1 paint. It kills me, chat. I'm gonna hand in all the books. So we have some inventory space. Take a look what those are later. But for now, let's do some cleanup. And then we're gonna have to cycle through our inventory, I think, to some extent. So, if we don't receive an item from the corresponding locations, that means somebody in our party has it already. Which is going to be very annoying, but I will find them, chat. I will hunt them down and we will find out who has it. So one of them... right here. This is the one I forgot to check. So that checks out to me. I recall not checking that bookshelf earlier. There's Old Book Volume 3. Then we're gonna go to the Dragon Fortress, and we're gonna do the same thing. I thought I accidentally picked up that book, but it's possible I didn't. Oh, I hit Dragon's Den and not Dragon's Fortress. Whoops. Like how that guy actually blocks us off from continuing. We're not gonna speak to him, chat. We're just gonna continue on our way. Okay, so we're gonna ignore that. And if not, we're gonna dig in our inventory, because we should have every other item by now. I guess I didn't. Okay. Easy enough. Now, the downside, as I said before, I am pretty sure somebody else has our other items. I'm gonna get the failure urn over there. Do fire rune on the protagonist, maybe? Water rune I could just give on anybody arbitrarily. It doesn't really matter who. But yeah, chat, we're gonna have to pick 3 characters in order to beat the game. I'm thinking we'll probably play with Kai, right? Because he's got an easy AoE, hits everybody. And he's not bad stat-wise. Plus, he's a medium character. Flick and Victor have to be in the front. I could get away with 2 short-range... Well, 1 more short-range character. But it's gonna be a little tight. Hello, Sir Magic Penguin. Why does the menu sound like a mouse now? I have no idea. These are the magic sound effects of Suikoden. Figured we'd explore them briefly. I think this is where I want to go. So we're going to drop off the books. And we are going to destroy our party. Now, I managed to not get into combat, but it is what it is. Thank you for giving Penguin the shout out. So one thing I just want to verify is whether or not... It doesn't look... Okay, it looks like it's not in the English version. So in the Japanese version of this game, there is actually a 9th book that you can get as a hidden unlock. I believe the PSP version changes it. I will probably read what is in the 9th book for completion's sake. But basically, it's more or less just a congratulations you found all the books, from what I recall. So apparently, you can find it by pressing... Let's see if it works. Square, circle, triangle, X. No, that didn't work here. Yeah. Okay, I just wanted to verify that. Also, it looks unfortunately, it looks like for some reason they didn't on this site have the contents of that book. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to read it out. What a shame, chat. But, oh well, it's lore time, chat. The 27 true runes, their creation. In the beginning, there was darkness. Darkness lived for eons in a rift in time. Suffering in solitude for so long, darkness finally dropped a tear. 2 brothers were born of tear, sword, and shield. It's actually going to be very relevant. Actually, you know what's you know what, chat? Hold on. We're actually not going to read this until later. We're going to do this once we're done with getting the paint, because some of that is actually relevant to the plot later. We're going to pause there. Leave you on the cliffhanger. They're just random. The sound effects they put together are random for sure. But we changed our sound effects manually. So let's go ahead and boot our party members. Who would have received it? I would have thought Kuramimi. It's possible Flick has it? I really wish I could see their items. So we're gonna check literally everybody. Taiho will be on the last bit. We're gonna see if there's any items on any of these characters for no reason. Sound setting 3. Chat, what did I say? I called it. We could give our sacrificial Buddhas to Victor, because he has to come over here. Unidentified painting. Sure, we'll give ourselves the unidentified painting. Yeah, chat, I had a feeling we had some of these. I was like, you know what? I think I did a pretty good job, mostly, of getting these items. Let's go see what other treasures are on some of these characters before we go further. Already Karmimi. Well, Kirkus, Valeria, Eileen, Lorelei, Yamku. Hold double check one more time. Random sacrificial Buddha. I kind of want that actually. Ooh. I don't have room for it though. So I don't see what I'm looking for here. If not, we will go hunt down that green paint, chat. But unfortunately, I don't know who has it. We're already up to Yamku, so we'll do LePont. I don't think it's Kryn, but we'll do him. In fact, I'm pretty sure... Could it be Humphrey, actually? If nothing else, I want something from Humphrey. Humphrey has, like, everything in the world. Oh. Well, that makes life easier. I think that's our final set of items, then. Okay. I don't think I'm missing anything else, chat. I think it was almost all Humphrey. We are missing green paint, though. In the meantime, let's go deliver these. Because I was like, who would have been forced into our party that would have been holding items? Just trying to think of plot-relevant characters. So when I saw Humphrey, I'm like, pretty good chance. We haven't seen him in a while. Let's go deliver the items. That way we free up our spaces. Choose a new sound effect. We have wind and percussion. I'll leave it on wind for now. We'll go to percussion when we're done. The honking horn is something else. What? Always good to hear. Let's go hand in the window setting. I think we're good now. That would be 0, 1, 2, 3, I think? I think that's all the window settings. Make it this one for now. Damn clown sounds. Something like that. We'll hear it for a little bit longer. But yeah, we're looking for some green paint. It's a very dramatically looking different menu. I'll give them that. We'll spare chat, I think, at some point. So the hunt for the green paint continues. I am fairly certain we got this. I really hope I didn't discard it or do something silly with it. Actually, what's kind of relevant with having Humphrey here is he has the power gloves. And I kind of want the power gloves. One extra defense, but more importantly, more damage when we're going melee only. Well, we haven't identified ornaments with us. Interesting. I have to think about it, chat. Who should our final 2 party members be? I think I do want Kai, though. Like, if I want to have some semblance of getting through this area without spending, like, 20 years, I think I need to have Kai. Flick could pair up with Grenseal. I could have him do a Unite attack, I think. We haven't seen that Unite attack at all. I think it's called the Pretty Boy attack, but it's only a 2 times, which is honestly not that impressive. Unfortunately, Victor doesn't have any Unite attacks, so there's not really too much else I could do there. If I end up with the elves, I could technically have them unbalance every turn, if I really wanted to. Sadly, Jupo and Meg might end up being my choice, because they also have an all attack, even though it's not like the strongest possible. Think about it. So anyway, where did we leave off on our list? Humphrey, I think. We never play with Krutz. But we'll see what he has in his inventory anyway. It is possible Hicks has the green paint. He is a character we did have for a while. What a call out, chat. What a call out. I'm glad that did not take too long. It kind of made sense in retrospect. Let's go ahead and complete the mural. Haven't found the color you're looking for. There we go. Completed painting, chat. We did it. If you're wondering if that does anything else, we get a little scene here. Thank you, Tyr. Beginning to understand. Thank you so much. It's not much of a token of gratitude, but will you take this? I won't be needing it anymore. Receive binoculars. What? I honestly don't remember what that does. One second, chat. But we received them. Oh my gosh, chat, you are never gonna believe this. I actually didn't know what this did, and now I've looked it up for the first time in my life. Binoculars allows the player to change the angle of view in battle using the second controller pad. They were handed over to Tyr, blah blah blah. So triangle rotates up, X rotates down, square is left, and circle is right. So we can mess with the battle angle. I never knew what that did. I don't know why you would have a second controller to play this game, but sure. Do I even have a charged second controller anywhere to show that off? I don't think I do. But yay, I guess. Let's go identify some ornaments since we're here. I know, I was like, I really had no idea what that item did. It's weird too, because like you can't see it, right? Like you don't attain an item called binoculars, so you're like, what? You can't even look at the description. Like, what did this fool hand me? Who knows, chat? Flower painting, okay. We're gonna put that in the bath, maybe. So we're gonna have to do some serious gambling, but I believe that is now all the collectibles out of the way. I suppose I'll read off the list one more time, start to finish, in case people are looking for them. So Old Book Volume 1, we found in Panau Yakuta Castle in a chest. Old Book Volume 2, we found in the Cave of the Past. Volume 3, we found in the Temple of Klon in the bookshelf. Number 4 was in the Dragon Knight's Fortress. Number 5 was in the Dragon's Den. Number 6 was in Sonier Prison. Number 7 was that chest in Northern Checkpoint. Number 8 is in Koleka. The paints we already talked about, and black paint was in Lucian's Hermitage. We got yellow and blue paint at Rakan in the item shop. Green paint was Necklord's Castle. Pink was Moravia Castle. Red paint was Scarlet Cecia Castle. White paint was Lapon's Mansion. We purchased the seeds in Rakan. Blue seeds there, the red seeds in Warrior's Village, the yellow seeds in Tien. The sound settings, we started with one of the default sounds. We found one in Sonier Prison, we found 0 in Sonier Prison, 1 in Necklord's Castle, 2 in Seek Valley, and 3 from defeating a Siren in Scheherazade. And finally, for the window settings, we started with the first one. Window setting 0, we got in the Secret Factory. Window setting 1, we got in Scarlet Cecia Castle. Number 2 was in Dragon Knight's Fortress. And finally, number 3, dropped by Sunshine King in the Dragon's Den. So we actually did find every random drop item in the game, which is kind of funny, because I wasn't trying to. But that saved us some time. Hello, Captain Canada. Hope you're doing well. We were just listing off all the items we acquired. And might as well put a flower painting somewhere. Why not? I love how haunted our little spa looks at the moment. I believe you do get something special if you have like a bunch of hex stalls and graffiti everywhere. Like if you have 6 hex stalls and 2 graffiti. There's actually quite a few hidden scenes in this game, but I don't think we're gonna explore all of them. Okay, chat. We're gonna read the books on the 3rd floor, and then it's gambling time. It is serious business, chat. We have a lot of money to make. Anyway, we were reading. I left you on a cliffhanger with the book last time. Sword said he could cut anything to pieces. Shield swore he could protect anything. And so, the two went to battle. The battle lasted 7 days and 7 nights. Sword cut apart Shield, and Shield broke Sword into pieces. Fragments of Sword fell and became the sky. Fragments of Shield fell and became the earth. Sparks from the battle became the stars. The 27 jewels that adorned Sword and Shield became the 27 true runes, and the world went into motion. That's book number 1. Ancient teachings. At certain times, the runes can give men immense powers. The power they provide is magic. Each rune provides 4 magical powers. But the great ancient magician Crowley found a method of surpassing these teachings. Chat, we had a Crowley in our party briefly. If 2 souls are united, two runes are united, and their ultimate power is unleashed. A power greater than the sum of the parts is generated. The union of souls means that 2 rune masters apply their magic almost at the same time. The union of runes refers to harmony. In other words, fire and earth, earth and wind, wind and water, water and lightning, lightning and fire are harmonious. Ultimate power means the release of the maximum runic magics. When 3 of these powers are combined, they summon Captain Planet. Okay, chat, I couldn't resist that. The greatest of magical powers is unleashed. So this is actually a hint to something I never bothered using in this game. But hey, chat, if you wanted to technically get the most powerful spells in the game, this is telling you if you use the max level magic, you will actually create a unison spell. Maybe at some point we'll go for it. Maybe, chat. It's more, I think it's more relevant in the later games to know that that's a thing. But it's kind of neat that the book teaches you about it. I don't think it matters which one you do. So I'm just going to read out some of the effects, just in case chat is curious. I don't think we're going to bother with every combination. Fire and Earth does 1,300 damage to all enemies. Fire, yeah, of both damage types. Earth and Wind does 1,000 to everything. Wind and Water does 800 to all enemies, revives all allies, and heals you, and also cures all negative status ailments. So hey, not too bad. Water and Lightning damages 1 enemy, revives all allies, also cures all statuses. The damage it deals is 2,000 though. So that's technically one of the most powerful damage attacks in the game. However, I do feel like 2 standalone level 4s are stronger, sadly. But it is what it is. And finally, Lightning Fire does 1,500 damage to all enemies. Now, one problem with why I think this is also not that great is the way the damage is calculated. So let me specify a little bit how the damage works, and you'll understand why I don't bother using this kind of magic. So first of all, the magic it uses to determine the damage is actually not a combination of their magics. It looks at whoever the faster caster is and divides their magic by 2. So already that's a problem, because all the best spellcasters in the game are usually very slow. So then you couple that, chat, with the fact that if an enemy has 1 resistance to the 2 elements, because it does 2 types of damage, instead of it doing neutral damage, it only does half damage. So it just makes it more easy to resist, from my understanding. Just kind of a shame, but it is what it is. Sorry, things are heating up in the chat, unfortunately. And more temperature-wise, rather than a particular conversation. But I figured we'd talk about that. So it's kind of neat that you can learn about more magic. It's just unfortunate it's bad in Suikoden 1. It is bad. I don't feel like using it. I will acknowledge it's there. I don't think it is worth 2 level 4 slots in this game. But anyway, strategy of war. War begins with the understanding of the enemy's methods. A soldier is stronger than an arrow. An arrow is stronger than magic. Magic is stronger than a soldier. As a result, knowing the enemy's methods are natural to advantage. To know an enemy's hand, it is necessary to utilize ninja power. An enemy's methods always follows a pattern. Knowing the pattern is a shortcut in victory. When the enemy is without a magician, attack in full force. Betrayal is most effective when you are few and the enemy is many. When the enemy is reduced to a few, use arrows. When your numbers are many, soldiers and arrows are effective. When you are few in number, magic is effective. The only way to increase your number is to recruit. So this kind of explains the, I guess it's mostly right way of how to deal with the siege minigame. I mean, it's not wrong. You have to utilize ninja power. It's so good. It's so good, chat. That's probably the best tip in the game. Anyway, let's read about the Knights of the Dragon's Den. Joshua Levenheat, commander of the Knights of the Dragon's Den, keeps the dragon rune. From a very early age, the children of the dragon are brought up in the place of the Dragon Knights. Also, I just want to specify, the previous book we would have gotten around Klon, so I feel like if you were trying to learn from an informative standpoint, I feel like that's actually too late in the game. Because at that point, you should have already done at least 2 siege battles. So, a bit late there, chat, a bit late. Anyway. The children of the Dragon Knights are brought up in the palace of the Dragon Knights. Once a year, they participate in the bonding ritual. Only those children who succeed in bonding with the dragon become a Dragon Knight. If a child fails to bond before the age of 6, he will never become a Dragon Knight. The bond between a dragon and his knight is strong. A dragon lives far longer than a human, but should a Dragon Knight die, his dragon, out of sorrow, will take its own life. Well, that's kind of depressing. On the other hand, if a dragon dies first, its master loses his rights and privileges and must leave the Knights of the Dragon's Den. So I feel like this one is pretty timely, because you get this one in the Dragon's Den after we see what happens with Futch. That would have been alluding to what would have happened later. Let's see. Craftsman priorities. Base Master Blacksmith. Of stubborn temperament, but very kind to his apprentices. Oh, I see what's happening here. It's just very awkwardly formatted. So this is just describing the different character profiles in the game. We have Tesla, Scrivener of Anti, competent. We have Gen, simple-minded shipbuilder of Tien. We have Templeton, the mapmaker, perfectionist who appears whenever changes occur. So I guess these are hints on how to find some of these characters. So like if you didn't know how to recruit Mace, it would teach you to kind of bring the apprentices there. I don't think the Tesla one is super helpful though, because you get him in the plot. Just like you get Kimberly via plot. Ostensibly a stamp maker, she's in fact. Wait, she is in fact what? Wait, that's the whole sentence. I don't understand that sentence. Anyway, Sergey, unsuccessful inventor, said to be in Kaku. Okay. Antonio, excellent cook living in Saika. Lester, cook whose specialty is stews. Presently working in Moravia Castle. Hugo, librarian of Quan Temple. Cassius, balladeer, deeply in love with Milik, to whom she sings. Jabba, arrogant but exceptional appraiser, feels he can appraise anything. And Commandal, popular alchemist of Tien. She is in fact, chat. Blacklist. The following list, compiled by the Imperial Guard, describes suspicious characters who may have evil intent against the Empire. Live. Appears to be on the trail of somebody with the intention of extracting revenge. Occasionally cited at an inward recon. This is the worst character, chat. I don't care that there's a hint telling you where this character is. It's still garbage. I hate getting this character. Absolute garbage. Fruits. Follower of the former Emperor Gale Rugner. Long incognito, but recently discovered to be hiding out with the Knights of the Dragon's Den. It actually doesn't talk about the association with Humphrey there, so that would actually be very difficult to figure out if you didn't talk to him in the first place. Anji. Pirate of Lake Turan. Long-standing friend of Taiho. Which is funny because you also need Yamku, so that's also kind of a bad hint. Ruby, stray elf. Okay, that one's a really bad hint. Fuma, masterless ninja. Hides out with the Knights of the Dragon's Den. Okay, that's fair, you just have to find him there. Fusulu, warrior who wears a tiger mask. Always repays his debts and obligations. That doesn't help you. I mean, technically, you pay his debt, I guess, but it doesn't tell you where he is. He's in the Kobold Village, as a reminder. First Murga, looking to be... Oh, seems to be looking for Uber, the Black Knight in the service of Windy. Okay. Now we have all the prices of all the urns. So I think... Oh gosh, I forgot about the peeing boy statue. Oh boy, chat. I mean, I could go hunt that down. I'm sure it's still there. If chat really wants to see it, we could go there. So I think the way the game was set up is that the game intended for you to go antique hunting, and or if you were a completionist, this would be your guide to finishing everything. Can I point out that the nature painting is worth 200,000? That's probably the best one. The goddess statue is also pretty good. I have to say, we had pretty bad antique luck in this playthrough. I think when we originally played, I ended up with like 4 peeing boys. I'm pretty sure. And also, I think I ended up with landscape painting. Anyway, the final book, The Collectibles Tragedy. Border disputes between the Empire and the city-state have been going on for many years. The so-called Collectibles incident took place against this tense, ugly background. Taking advantage of civil strife within the Empire, the city-state overran the northern part of the Empire, all the way to Collectibles, which they occupied. After pacifying the Empire, Barbarossa's forces headed to confront the invaders. As the city-state's forces began to retreat, the Imperial Army entered Collectibles. What they found out was a burnt-out city whose residents... was a burnt-out city whose residents wiped out. I think they mean were wiped out. Leon let his forces know of the appalling devastation of Collectibles. Just Leon, sure, okay. Despite their exhaustion after the long march north, the forces were infuriated, as was I when I hit the wrong button, by the news, and were with renewed vigor succeeded in forcing back the city-state army. Okay, so we've heard discussions about this before, but this book still doesn't really go into enough detail. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think that really answers any questions I had about that incident, but sure. I kind of thought Barbarossa caused it, but reading that book, it sounds like he didn't, which I think is a little confusing. But anyway. Okay, chat, we're gonna min-max. Let me think about this. Who are we bringing here? We gotta bring together the dream team, and to do the dream team, we gotta gamble our brains out. So we're gonna eject everybody from the party. So let's set up with exactly who we're gonna bring in. We already know we're gonna get Victor, right? Like, that's forced. So we're gonna put him in the front. We also know that Flick is forced. Where's Flick? Flick. Flick. There you are. We're on the 5th page for some reason. So from here, we have a bit of leeway. We never actually saw, like, Ike or any of those characters, now that I think about it. Very curious, chat. Very curious. Give me 1 second. The Ike has a combination attack, I think, with one other character. Like a trio, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Pawn, Ike, and Morrigan could do half of their total damage to all enemies. Which is actually pretty bad. If it was any other damage multiplier, that would be amazing. We're gonna bring in Kai, because that's gonna make our protagonist super OP. And honestly, it's pretty unfair. Surprisingly, I think one of the best single target ones in terms of Unite attacks. Okay, let me back up a step since chat doesn't see the list I'm looking at. So generally speaking, if you're focusing one enemy, the default damage to do that enemy is 2 times. So, for example, the Gremio and Pawn super attack that we saw in the beginning of the game was 2 times damage. Taiho and Yamku, I think, have one of the most powerful attacks at doing triple normal damage, but it unbalances both. If you put Pawn and Ronnie Bell together, it unbalances Pawn, but Ronnie still gets a normal turn, and they do triple. But I think the one with no side effects whatsoever, and is also pretty solid, is probably the Varkas and Sidonia combo. They do 2.5 times damage total. Now granted, Sidonia doesn't have the best power ever, but I feel like that actually probably makes up for it, because I think Varkas' damage is actually pretty decent. We've seen all the wild arrow attacks. We're going to be abusing the Master Pupil combo, I think, here. And honestly, I'm kind of thinking Jupo Meg, just to get consistent damage. Like, we played with this team before, but like, I'm being dead serious. I think this would actually be really good. Because like, no matter what, even if those characters like lose their partner combo, they're all long-range attackers from what I remember. Yeah. So this team actually works incredibly well, surprisingly. Obviously, if we wanted to replace them with the elves, we could. This is probably okay. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of some of these runes, because we're gonna try to beat this magic list, chat. Think about this for a second. Since this is just kind of a dummy save file, it really doesn't matter what we do here. Oh, he's out of space. That's annoying. We're gonna give up the gold necklace. It's fine. Don't need it. In fact, we're gonna give up everything here. Little squishy sounds. Actually, instead of giving up, I should have been selling, because we are kind of low on cash. Go sell our stuff. Don't need a guard ring. Don't think I need the ninja suit. I think we're gonna go for just roll damage here. Get rid of Cyclone Rune, really don't need that. Needle, don't need that. Honestly, even Mega Medicine 3 is kind of a waste, but we'll leave 2 of them on here, I suppose. We definitely don't need a single use of Mega Medicine 1, because that one's pretty bad. We're just gonna drop it, I think, because we can't even sell it. Let's think about what we could do to improve our odds. So we could still equip runes that increase our damage, for example. So we could improve our crit chance on Flick, for example. Could get double experience, potentially. Enemy marksmanship down. I don't think this will super help, but we'll put it on her, I guess. Unfortunately, we don't have one that just raises raw power. I think that's the best we can really do for now. Unfortunately, the protagonist is not able to swap out his rune for other things, but it is what it is. Let's try it, chat. Let's try a normal ending clear with absolutely no magic use. Oh, they already has the hazy rune on. Oh. I mean... Oh, and Kai actually can't get rid of that. Oh, well, that makes life easier, I guess. There we go, chat. We're gonna try to refrain from cheating. I don't know if Hazy Crystal even stacks, but I don't think it matters, honestly. Oh, actually, you know what would be great? Instead of that, since we can't stack those, why don't I get something that, like, doubles our speed? I think that would make the most sense. So we're finally gonna use that one rune I kept talking about. That is actually good. Champion Crystal might actually be worth using. So I think with Victor, we're gonna try that, because that should be fine. I wish I could sub out Kai's rune, actually. That's kind of a shame, because I think both of these characters have locked-in runes I can't do anything with. So I have to choose the Champion rune or Gale Crystal. Victor having double speed would be kind of huge, because that means he would always go first, which is kind of crazy. But then I would be giving up the Holy Rune, chat, and you know how I feel about base movement speed in this game. Man, what a tough call. I mean, I guess I could put the speed up on one of the other characters, I guess. I don't know why I would talk to him. My bad, chat. Sure, we'll have Meg go really quickly. Generally, I prefer that on a melee character, but maybe this will actually speed up the Unite attack so that they can always go first, which is also not a bad thing, I will say. Anyway, we're going to try to win without doing anything too crazy. Let's go ahead and save, and what we're going to do is we're going to gamble our brains out. I hope you're ready for it, chat. This is going to be the home stretch. We're just going to beat the game again with a completely wacky team. I think saving over the save file is okay. Don't think I'll ever go back to it. That's okay. We'll leave the other save file there in case I need to do something later. Oh wow, that's we beat the game at the same time it took me to get all those items. That makes sense. Unfortunately, we're gonna go sell these items and we're gonna gamble. Gamble first actually makes more sense. I want to have less money on me when I begin the gambles. Moment of truth, chat. How much time are we gonna lose to the gamble? It begins. Ooh, that actually looked like a good roll. Oh, we tied. Oh, that's unfortunate. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't good enough. How unfortunate, chat. Okay, that's not a score. There's a reminder, chat. Every time he doesn't roll 1, 2, 3 or triple ones, he's wasting our time. So he's actually trolling right now. Are you serious? Oh, thank you for 1, 2, 3. So now we get to double the bet since he rolled 1, 2, 3. I want to see triple ones because that triples it. He 1, 2, 3'd again. You know what, chat? This is fine. Just keep 1, 2, 3. You got this. I don't have to play the game anymore. But that's not a score. We don't have to worry about that. He triple one. Oh, chat, that feels so good. Do it again. Triple one more time. I dare you. I dare you. Triple one again. Oh, he rolled a real number. Dang, chat. There's a lot of money on the line now. Ooh, that might have been it. Yeah! Chat, remember how I said there was that one spot slightly to the right of center? I think this is my proof that is not random. I think that is always 4, 5, 6, and this is a skill-based game. Yeah. Oh, we're not gonna bet all of our winnings. We're gonna back out. That's a good amount. Oh, that felt so good. Chad, he got outplayed. Anyway, so we have to go upgrade all of these characters. So we're gonna go bankrupt a lot. But this is a good start. Chad, he was outplayed. I think we can all agree. Oh, I forgot to rune fragment. Oops. I probably should have... I forgot who had those. Oh, well. I guess we'll never use them, chat. Oh, Odessa got powered up. Nice. I mean, Flick's damage was already not terrible, honestly. But 150 pretty strong. So we're gonna have to gamble, I think, one more time in order to complete our characters. Both for the final level ups of weapons, but keep in mind, chat, the other characters don't have real equipment. So you can see we're close. We just have 2 characters left. We have Metal Gear, which is pretty strong. Nothing will surpass it, chat. Thank you, Metal Gear. Sure, we'll do one more generic level up. And we'll spend some money, I think, on Meg. Ooh, that's a lot. This is fine. But we're pretty close. I think one more good gamble, and we are basically set. I can sell the champion rune. Right corner is where you aim for. Possibly. I think the scary thing is that there are a lot of bad rolls on the right side. I think I discussed this last time when we were talking about the dice rolls, but there are a lot of bad rolls on the right side. I think I used to roll it off of the left because it generally had either things that weren't results or safe. So I think overall left is better than right. I felt like right was extremely risky. Like, look at every time when the AI rolls 1, 2, 3 or triple one. Almost every single time it's on the right side. Like, not an exaggeration. Like, it is safe to say 90% of the time it is on the right side. So it's really scary when I mess up the right side roll, because I have a very high chance of 1, 2, 3ing myself. Yeah. And if you throw immediately at the start, I think literally the furthest right it can go is always a 1, 2, 3. Which is not good. If I remember correctly. I don't remember it being a good roll if it's at max. I don't know what that is. Okay, he kind of rolled in a weird spot. I always tried to go in like the middle of the left, but I feel like we're gonna get another 4, 5, 6 on him. Slightly off center. It was really close. Oh, yeah, I don't think that's a result. Ooh, that's too far to the right. I don't know what this will be. Triple fives, we'll take it. As long as we get money, chat. Triple one, you see what I mean? Chat, that's why I don't like the right side of it. I don't like the right side of the cup. I want to avoid it like the plague. Just 1, 2, 3 again. You can do it. I believe in you. Oh, we did it on the far left. Oh, there we go. Can't do it there either. One more. Fail it one more time. Do it for the chat. 4, 5, get. Ooh, I was gonna say, I think he rolled the 4, 5, 6. We went bankrupt. Dang. This is fine though. I'm not gonna reset. I'll tell you why. We still have the champion crystal. We're gonna go sell it. I specifically held on to it for this reason, to avoid resetting. It is worth 100,000, which is decent. We're gonna try again. Dang, chat, we got outplayed. Basically, I don't ever want to roll. I think he just 1, 2, 3'd again. Oh, he triple one. Yeah. See what I mean, chat? Like, you never want to roll on the far right. Like, I am completely convinced that that is just like death. If you roll like up the lip, it might be fine. But man, oh man, if you get that wrong, is it scary? Yeah, there's a lot of no results on the left side. This is what I've learned, but it's safe. Generally speaking. Ooh, he 4, 5, 6 me. What a god. Unfortunate. There's the triple one. See what I mean? There's so many bad things on the right side. It's so risky. I feel like it's literally a coin flip whether or not it is something bad or not. Not even like neutral. It's very rare you get a neutral on the right side. Speaking of which, don't roll on the right side. Okay, that's a no result. Left side loves that. I think he just 1, 2, 3'd again. Yeah, or 1, 1, 1. Yeah. I'm like, that was not a winning position. I knew that. Oh no, I think he got the 4, 5, 6. He missed it by like a pixel. Oh, we got so lucky. Oh, we got so lucky, chat. I'm gonna go for it. No result. Ooh, man, chat, I'm fishing for the safe result, but I don't think we're gonna get it. Oh, I rolled out of the dice. Oh, well, too high. Unfortunate. Gotta go again. Really? That bounces out of the cup? Chat, that was actually crazy. He threw like dead center and it still bounced out. That made no sense to me, to be real honest with you. I thought for sure that would be a normal number. Alright, is it really gonna force me to roll on the right side? Am I playing too safe? I think I'm playing too safe, chat. Come on, game. You know I'm not betting 0. You just didn't take my input when I pressed it, that's all. Brutal, chat. Why is he only getting scores now? What a god. This is almost a score. Ooh, that's kind of a weird position. But we'll take it. Again, chat, it's all down to this. He needs to just stop wasting our time. Come on. Give it to me. I've earned it. We've worked so hard. Just let us win the game. We need to get at least 600,000, or he'll just 4, 5, 6 like a jerk. Roll your eyes, chat. Come on. Come on. Give me a break here. Thank you. That's a good break. Now do that 5 more times, and then we're out of here. Please. That's a good start. That's 2. Do it again. I'll forgive you if you do it again. Okay, that's not a score. It's 2 center based. I don't know what that'll be. I think it's gonna. I was gonna say maybe 1, 2, 3. Do it again. Dad, he's got to do it 2 more times, and we're out. Or he just triple ones. You know what? We'll take that. Luck is the matter of timing, chat. We're not gonna disagree with him there. Just like we know it's time to leave. So we don't have to cap our money. This should be good enough. I need to spend maybe 100,000 or so on armor, which might put us a little close, but we'll see. We've now maxed out the last character. Metal Gear is at max damage. But even with this final upgrade, we have more than enough, I think, for our equipment. That's a really good sign, chat. Really good sign. Okay, let's do what we could do. So basically, we don't care about guard robe at all. So if any character has that, we're gonna sell it and put in probably ninja suit just to go faster. So we are wearing dragon armor on tier. That's probably good enough. Ninja suit is fine. Ai has absolutely atrocious items. Gonna just sell every. We'll even sell the counter personal. Who cares? Tunic, terrible. I mean, it's okay to give them, like, emblems for magic resistance. Oh, I can't get rid of Meg's guard robe. Ooh. That's kind of unfortunate. You're gonna witness, chat. I've now given it all up. So we can give Kai the headgear, Jupo the headgear, and Meg the headgear. We want to get as much damage in as possible. Flick can wear the dragon armor. That's probably okay. Speed bonus to Kai. That's good. And Jupo. Excellent. What can Meg wear? Oh, she can't swap it out. That's right. She already has winged boots, which is probably the best thing she could have. Sting. Cape of Darkness is 13 defense, but I think we get better. I can only get guard rings. Ooh. I guess that's okay. I don't think the back row is very likely to be targeted that much. We'll kind of leave everything is there. Oh, could Meg not wear a headpiece? I think I missed something there. Oh, she could wear headgear. Oh, it just didn't wear it yet. Oh, okay, never mind. Makes sense. Unless I just didn't purchase it for her. Oh, I did. Never mind, just missed it when I was scanning through. So she can't swap out her armor. We gave her winged boots. Nobody can use shields, I think, but we'll take a look through, other than Flick. And now, chat, the most important purchase of all in order to beat the melee challenge, quote-unquote. We're going to buy nothing but Buddha. Chat, oops all Buddha. There's gonna be a Buddha Reckoning. We have some medicines to kind of keep our front line alive longer if we really need to. It's like a Buddha. And I think we're good to go. We have completely maxed our inventory. I'm gonna drop an Earth Crystal. I guess Flick might not need it as much. I technically could leave the back row unequipped, but I probably should give them some defense, just in case they are targeted. Get rid of an emblem there, maybe. Looking pretty good. You get to hear the sounds for one last time, chat. Give up the items we're not wearing. Just in case we get something from enemies, we'll pick it up. Probably good enough. So we'll spare the chat. Let's go to the outside and change the sound effect one more time. I think we'll end the game with a solid percussion. Wonder who he beats to get all the cash you gambled away from. It's probably just like a chain of gamblers. Like all the gamblers started off with like this, just trillions and trillions and trillions of bits for the equivalency thereof, and then we've just slowly been siphoning away from their pool. Okay, percussion time. I mean, I think I said last time that the gamblers are actually the army's treasury. So we're just taking from our castle's wealth. So all these soldiers are doing all this hard work, and we just kind of yoink it from the gambler. He just can't help it, chat. Like, we just took away, like, all their livelihoods. I was listening to the sound effect and got distracted. That is quite a sound effect. Well, nothing like the boing. So anyway, we're gonna rest up, and then I guess we'll continue the plot. And since our rooms don't matter, I don't technically have to leave at any point. Now, I will say we still have to get through a boss, so the boss might force me to go back. Because if you remember, it wasn't just a straight walk to the final area. I mean, obviously there is the final boss in the game, but there's a lot in between us and that person. But fortunately, since we're all melee, we don't need to recover our slots at all. I will not use spells on the protagonist. I am very curious how difficult it will feel. Notice we don't have like a really good single target one, so everybody will just be doing normal melee, I think. We'll just kind of just melee him to death. So this is where like a ×3 damage might have been useful, maybe. But we're gonna pray for the crits, chat. That's our strategy. Anyway, let's go invade. This will be our final attempt, chat. Now, I think if I remember correctly, I put away my notes, but the third attack should always be a charge. And the first thing we should always do is the Dragon Fire. So we're gonna make sure to Dragon Fire into probably Ninja, and then we'll just counter with magic. And it should basically be GG. So we'll skip through this dialogue. Fine. We've seen it all before, chat. We're trying to RNG this. Is that what Chris is saying in the chat? We are going to rely pretty heavily on crits. Also, our skill is kind of bad, so it's very likely we're going to get crit a lot in return and counterattack punished. And that's kind of nothing Victor can really do. So he's probably going to end up going through the most, if I had to guess, out of the whole party. And unfortunately, he doesn't have a Unite attack in order to do that, or to get around that. So technically, I could play it really safe with the whole party doing back row attacks ×2. But we'll see. Anyway, let's Dragon Knight them. Dragon Knight's OP, chat. Now let's actually see what they're about to do. The enemy's next plan is magic attack. Okay, so we're just gonna bow them. We're gonna win this rock, paper, scissors pretty badly. Ooh, look at the destruction, chat. And I believe he's always gonna charge, so we're just gonna straight up magic attack. This should punish him. So he is getting completely wrecked, chat. Shake your head, it's over. Let's go figure out his next turn. If it's bow, he's dead, I think. Oh, he's using a charge? That's kind of annoying. How dare they, chat? Anyway. I think no matter what, they die. If I do bow, technically that'll still win. That's what they're saying, like, if the enemy's few in number, use bow. Because if they choose charge, they still take damage, and if it's magic, they don't get a turn. Oh, they chose bow? Take your head, chat, it's over. But if they're gonna choose bow themselves, we're just gonna go ahead and obliterate them. Goodbye. Easy peasy, chat. Look at that complete domination. Did we even lose anybody? Chat, we didn't even lose anybody. Oh, game. We have figured you out. Decisive victory, chat. We went in with 1,800 troops. We left with 1,800 troops. That was even better than our good ending gameplay. That was brutal, chat. Now that was definitely getting outplayed, chat. So anyway, we're gonna skip all this dialogue. It's fine. None of it, I think, changes between the two of them. So here's going to be the test of our power. So what I want to do before we get into the boss battle... Well, A, we have to put our people back together. So let me make sure we get a... Hi. And we'll have... I already forgot their names. Jupo. What was the girl's name? Thinking about it, Chan. Which one says uncle? Oh, Meg. It was Meg. There we go. I figured it out eventually, Chan. So we're actually going to step outside and get into some fights before we go further. Not because I'm scared of the actual castle thing, but we're just going to start immediately with the boss battle. So it's better just to get a level here if we can. Speaking of which... Ooh, we got outsped. Downside of fighting the ninja here. It did some decent damage. Unfortunately, we are so strong combined that it does decent damage. Again, the front row is not really likely to level much, if at all. It's mostly the back row. Like, Kai getting more damage here is so huge for us. And honestly, Jupo's damage isn't bad, given his level. It's actually pretty solid. Wait, Meg gets more damage to the Jupo? Excuse me? Well, anyway. Let's get into a couple fights here, then we'll sleep at the Rock Inn and come back. That way we can avoid using any Buddhas. But we think we can easily get another 30 to 40 points of damage without doing any crazy amount of grinding. Speaking of which... I'm just gonna have the front row defend. This is probably good enough, actually. Ooh, they went fast enough that they went first, chat. That's actually really big for us. Also, they didn't kill. Anyway, that's fine. So this is where leveled ups make a difference. Oh, they actually survived that. And we countered. Get wrecked. Let's free will them. So that's where the Gale is actually extremely important. So Gale actually made her outspeed the enemy there, which is kind of good. Like getting more damage isn't too shabby. Ai has a long way to go. And hopefully with more speed, we'll be able to combo faster. Funny enough, Jupo is actually the weaker of the two characters. Meg actually outdamages him currently. It's kind of funny. And her speed is out of control. As you can see, it's almost at it's now literally at 200. We got a Crimson Cape, which is actually pretty good, if I recall correctly. Yeah, that's 21 defense. So the front line can get very, very tanky if we wanted to. Speaking of which... Another 6 defense for Flick is not shabby at all. We're gonna go ahead and give up his guard ring. Don't really need that. We have some spare space in case we do get some interesting items. But that'll honestly be about it. You can see I put so many sacrificial Buddhas in Victor. I had no faith, chat. I have no faith he's gonna survive anything, to be real with you. But hey, Flick being tankier is kind of good. We'll have them defend just in case, but the Unite attack should always go first now. Ooh, not enough to kill the far right one. But the Unite attack should finish this off. Well, not a lot of levels there, but that's fine. So we're going to be spamming probably Kai's Unite attack, that way we can avoid getting counter hit. Jupo getting more damage might be the difference between us killing with that Unite attack every time or not. And that is a pretty significant amount of damage that's going up at least. Because we are literally only missing it by like 10 damage. And the fact that every time we fight, they seem to be going up 20 damage is pretty significant. So I think we'll do 1 or 2 more fights and then we'll move on. I'll just free will this one actually. We're gonna aim for some crits. That was an excellent crit. That's an even better crit. Thank you, game. Again, with their high skill value, they are decently able to crit. So we might as well fish for it in the boss battles to some extent. Ooh, kind of a bad matchup for us, actually. two really tanky enemies. The 465, not shabby. Ooh, not able to kill either of them. Hopefully these characters can finish them off. Ooh, they're not able to. Victor gets hit because he's an idiot. Honestly, Victor is kind of a disappointment in this game. Like, his skill is just low enough that he's almost always going to get counterattacked, which is unfortunate. So we don't want to play enemies like this when we're in the castle. That to me is going to be the scary part of the game. It's getting past those kinds of enemies. Getting a little extra damage here with your Unite attack might make a big difference. But I think overall our characters are pretty tanky. Okay. So let's rest up and actually try to beat the game. I think that's good enough, chat. Again, we don't need them like the highest possible level they can be. But I think we could all agree if I just went up like 40 attack on our back row just by itself, I think that's pretty significant in a world where we're going to try not to use runes to beat it as a self-imposed challenge. Pretty brutal, chat, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, this enemy is so dead. I'm just gonna free will it. And again, the more skill we have, the more likely we are to crit. And you see that? Didn't even need to use Unites. Still leveling. Jupo getting just a little extra damage there. Every bit of skill counts. Yeah, funny enough, if you have really high skill, I think it's actually just better than defense and hit points combined. Unless you're getting attacked literally by spells. So anyway, time to go fight a boss. Hello, Ein Guide, who will probably destroy Victor easily. Unfortunately, chat, nothing here is really different, so we're just gonna speed through. Let's see how likely we are to get counterattacked, and that'll determine whether or not I go with Unites or not. Let's see. Ooh, big damage. More big damage. Ooh. Kind of mediocre damage there. Oh, he hit us with spell damage? Oh. That's unfortunate. I think it is worth going for. I think we're gonna do this every time, and I think... Yeah, I think we'll just do back row attacks. That should be fine. We've gained enough I'm worried about Victor every time he attacks. Every other character I'm okay with. We don't seem to be critting very often, which is a shame. In fact, we should just free will. I think we have this. Especially when we crit like that. Or crit like that. Oh, there's Victor getting dummy hit. That's kind of what I expected in this game. Ooh, Kai took so much damage and died. Ooh. Guess we'll do Unite attacks on them then. The back row has no chance of getting crit, so I think we'll still let them auto. Bonk. There we go. We need to do a lot of crits. Goodbye, Flick. Welcome back, Flick. It's just Unite attacks to be safe, I think. Victor's gonna die either way. I don't think it matters. We'll try a trick shot here. Ooh, not a lot of damage. Oh, Victor. No one's surprised, right, chat? No one's surprised. He's probably gonna get magic nuked, yep. This is probably gonna take away some of our party. We'll get there eventually, chat. I think we have enough sacrificial Buddhas to be okay with this fight. There we go. We got there in the end, chat. That's all that matters. Victor leveling, kind of important, I guess. More important that Kai levels here. Jupo getting more damage, just kind of securing the victory. Her speed is 246, chat. That is absolutely gross. So she's always going to outspeed. So let's go back and restock. Nice try, game. I'm not continuing forward after that. That costs too many resources. Yeah, you could see, you could kind of trivialize the game with the sacrificial Buddhas. But hey, that's the power of gambling. You could play the wonkiest combination that you can think of. And it works. So as expected, he used the most Buddhas. No one should be surprised by that, though. Actually, you know who should be... Might just have Victor heal every turn. Just thinking about it. We'll probably give him another medicine. Because these front row characters are risky to attack with. Well, except at the end, then it doesn't matter. You know what I should do? I'm gonna put all the medicine on Meg. She's very unlikely to die. Let's go back, heal, get our Buddhas, beat the game. Yeah, our team's looking pretty powerful. Oops. My brain was thinking the equipment store was on the second floor for some reason. And nothing of interest is on the second floor. So she is just showing how powerful the speed rune would be. So if you had a unite attack that hit everybody, like we do with Jupo and Meg, it actually just kind of cheeses the whole encounter. Kind of nice. Not gonna lie, chat, kind of nice. So we're gonna need sacrificial Buddhas, I think, just to make it to the end. So the protagonist didn't even get close, as expected. We'll leave some empty slots, I suppose. I probably needs one more. As long as everybody is 3, I think that's good enough. I'll put one more Mega Medicine on Kai, in case. But I really, really doubt we're gonna need that many in the back row. Like 1 or 2, I think makes sense, but the odds of me going through 3 whole sacrificial Buddhas in the back row, pretty unlikely, unless my front row dies, and I have medicine to kind of extend the longevity. So I do think medicine greater than Buddha, if looking to go in like a tank war with the enemy. Otherwise, if you're just looking to complete the game and you're using spells, Buddha's better in every way. But for now, if I want the front line to not die, which I do in the final boss battle, I'm going to keep it like that. So unfortunately, these enemies are going to be pretty high level compared to us, so we're not going to be able to run from anything. We are going to be in several force encounters. However, I have very bad news for them. We should outspeed, and this should work every time. So this is why we've been leveling. Hopefully with the Unite attack here, it kills all of them. Indeed it does. So we have leveled just right, chat. Just right. We happen to get more XP. It's nice, but not needed. Getting more damage might help with the randomness of the damage totals. It's not an insignificant damage he went up. 2 more damage. 1 more damage. 2 more damage. So both Unite attacks went up by at least... Well, a combined total of, I think, 6. We'll take that. Ooh. This one could be a pain. I think we're going to take damage here. So this is where the levels matter. Unfortunately, the giant is still alive. He only did 40, that was it? Okay, we're just going to free will on him, chat. I think he should be dead regardless. Yeah, we weren't that far off damage-wise. Again, leveling here might make a big difference, because we might get the kill. So it might be worth attacking with Flick on the Giant. Also doing, like, 8 more on Unite attack would help. So again, this is all damage I no longer have to deal. So I think we've gotten past the RNG range of being able to kill them or not. I got Earth Boots just now, which I think is good. I think we're just gonna give that over to Flick for even more defense, because he's already pretty tanky, right? So he just got a pretty significant upgrade. We're gonna give it up. I mean, I'll take random buffs right before I get to the boss. I'm not counting on it, but you know, it's nice if it happens. Ooh, we're getting strong enough that we don't need to use more than 1 Unite attack. So potentially if we get 4 or 5 more levels on the back row, they might actually just solo kill every encounter. Because I don't think all of them were quite at 58 yet, yeah. So it's possible, because we're only missing it by, like, as I said before, like 10 to 15 on certain characters. And there's going to be a lot of force encounters before the end, speaking of which. It's pretty safe to say we don't need Flick to do anything or Victor to do anything. So not great damage there. But fortunately, I think our leveled ups will carry us the rest of the way. Thank you, level ups. That's fair, right, chat? Look at the power of that speed. Is that not cheesy, chat? Like, here I was, like, worried, calculating things out with runes. It's fine. United Attack always wins, chat. That's all you need to know. Still get a little stronger. It's very likely we'll get one more level on each of the characters for the end. Especially at this rate. Yeah. If all you're looking to do is grind, I do think the melee has a good part of the game. So if you're trying to get ornaments, it's just much faster to unite attack everything, I think. You don't have to keep going back to the inn to restock. Victor getting close to a level up, which could be important. I slightly increased in damage. Don't know if that'll make a difference. This poor enemies, chat. Shake your head. They're never gonna get a turn. It's always our turn, chat. And just think, the more speed I get, the less likely they are to get a turn. And if Kai happens to outspeed me, that's even funnier. We're 168, which is pretty fast. Oh, Kai's speed is terrible. Okay, so Kai's leaning on us to speed up. Meg got even faster. In case she wasn't one-turning everything hard enough yet, chat. So again, even with the random damage range numbers, we're still basically killing them instantly. I think our level ups have helped us past that safety point. Victor getting more health, probably the most important thing, as he is the most likely one to die still. Silly enemies, listen. You could come at me in groups of 5 all you want. It's not gonna help you. Shake your head, chat. It's over. We're too powerful. What a beautiful strategy. Hello, Eldritch. Hope you're doing well. We have decided to go for the normal ending of the game, and afterwards we'll be doing some SotN. As you can see, we figured out the strategy of a no-rune challenge for the final area. It is working pretty well, as the enemy never gets a turn. Thank you for giving the shout-out, Try. Appreciate that. We have all that money, in which I've nothing to really spend it on. Silly game. You can give me many force encounters. It's not gonna help you. You're literally only making me stronger. Nice. So I think our strategy for the final boss is gonna be probably Victor and Flick will focus the main head, and everybody else will just spam AoE. And then as needed, I'll heal, I suppose. Maybe. We'll see if it's even needed. Since they're likely to survive a hit, we'll see if they survive 2 hits or not from the final boss. That'll make a difference in my strategy, I think. So it's very likely we're gonna get one more level up. Especially if I miscount how many force encounters there are. So anyway, we're just sitting back, relaxing. This is the easy part. We're just showcasing how busted max rank weapons are. We just want to bonk people. It's actually Eldritch. I have questions for you when it comes to Mayhem later. We'll talk a bit more later. As I was putting together a potential change list for the future. But for now, we have just a few more to go. Suikoden. 4 enemies, chat. Just shake your head. Nice. I ended up leveling. That's actually big for us, and so did Meg. Wow. Okay, well, I wasn't expecting that, but we'll take it. Horned helmet. Did I forget to pick this up last time? I think I did. Nobody can wear it, though. So, goodbye, horned helmet. Normally, it'd be a great item, but we're not playing any heavy characters. Get out of here. I attack. We'll attack. Ooh, I can't target the Colossus because he's technically in the back row. It's probably okay still then. The Victor's low speed might actually be useful here. Hopefully we... Oh, yes, we killed everybody in the front row. That's what I was hoping for. So that's good. And the enemy should no longer get a turn. Perfect. Perfect play, chat. Exactly how I wanted that to happen. We slightly outspeed Flick, and that's all that matters. No problems, Eldritch. I just had questions on what you were looking for with things like the verse mode. I think I wanted to talk more about that. Interesting. I could actually put the power ring on Jupo. Right? How much strength would that give him? The 106? Would actually be worth it. From 106 to 126? Oh, chat, that was completely worth it. Wait a minute. Whoa. Hello, amazing upgrade right before the final save of the game. I mean, I don't mind doing another 20 damage. We were just talking about how I need to hit certain damage thresholds. Kadana? I don't think we've ever even fought that before, to be real with you. Just at the low cost of an at. Good to know, Eldritch. Feel bad for them, chat. They're not even getting turns anymore. They're just getting bonked. Like, this is the final dungeon of the game, and they're just getting steamrolled. Ooh, Victor leveling is actually huge for us there, because he's terrible. So any skill he can gain before the final battle is kind of appreciated. Not that he's likely to miss the boss, but he's not very likely to crit either. I'm gonna let these two go. They're not even worth their time. There we go, chat. The final hallway. Will anything stop us? Looks like the answer to that is no. So unfortunately, we've seen the dialogue before. None of it really changes. There's not a big difference between the good ending and the normal ending. We do have to wait for his cape to move for some reason. Well, anyway, he's now going to summon the power of the Dragon Sword. And with that, that means Giant Dragon time. So let's see how much harder this is with a full melee party. I want to see if it's even doable. But first things first, Master Pupil. And we only attack the center head. And we Master Pupil again, essentially. I mean, 400 damage isn't terrible. It's definitely below average, though. No crits there, unfortunate. Protagonist is getting hit. 307? I could survive more than one hit. Okay, this is good news for us, chat. That means I could just do this for a while. So we'll get there eventually. There's the first crit, and a second crit. Excellent. We need to start seeing a lot of crits. Oh, they're targeting the protagonist again? That's kind of annoying. Oh, and they killed him. That's more annoying. So they do a random amount of damage there. I don't think that's going to change my strategy too much, but that is kind of annoying. I think as long as we have our back row constantly doing that, we should probably be okay. So I think instead of ending in 4 turns, it's probably going to end around 7 if I had to guess. We do need a couple more crits, though. We're getting kind of unlucky with crits. Ooh, the heal. I think they actually killed the middle head. I think that's why that happened, chat. Which is okay. It's not a big deal. I'm still gonna kill them. Good crit. Nice. Oh, they're actually targeting the back row? Huh, I didn't even know they would do that eventually. Still doesn't change my strategy. That's actually beneficial for them to do that, honestly. We're just gonna keep wailing on them. They should die inevitably. The left head is kind of a problem, but we are dealing constant damage, so it should die outright at some point. That does help. Oh, we finally get to see one of its other attacks. This is the attack I'm kind of concerned about, because this could end up blowing through a lot of our resources. Or it does no damage because we have such high magic that it doesn't matter. You know what? That's actually the best attack it could use. Do it again. I prefer that over the rock attack. Well, they're getting bodied, chat. Oh, we killed a head. Ooh, nice crit. I think it's gonna bring the other head back. Which is fine. We'll get there eventually. We'll focus, probably the left head then, so it can stop reviving. That's kind of annoying. But they should almost be dead. I'm surprised we never killed the far right head, honestly. You know what? If it wants to do fire attack, I'm not gonna stop it, chat. Okay, Kai got his first death. Doesn't really matter, though. Let's focus on the far left, which I think is supposed to be the intended strategy, by the way, but we completely ignored that because we had runes. Again, we're just doing constant AoE damage. It should die eventually. That might be a problem. Let's see how much it does. Ooh, had a party wipe there. Still fine, though. We'll get there eventually, chat. Build the middle head again. And I think that's it. Okay, that wasn't too bad. So, I mean, I guess that's proof, chat. If you never want to use runes, it's doable. It takes a little while longer. Maybe the strategy was better to kill the left head slightly sooner, I guess. But GG. Followed by, whoa! Unfortunately, we have all the generals here. So we don't get to see alternate dialogue. Oh, wait, no. I'm sorry. Sonya's not here. I don't think the scene otherwise really changes that much. Yeah, that was pretty smooth, chat. We still had tons of revives left. I didn't even use the mega medicines. So don't be silly, chat. At least that's what she says. So, interesting that it is doable. Obviously, it would have been very fast if the protagonist used Judgment, for example, and just nuked the left head. That 1500 damage is serious. So our level 4 Soul Eater locks her out. Now it makes more sense because we didn't bring Gremio back. We get to sit back and relax, chat. What an easy victory. Let's all give a salute to the king. Sorry, king. We're mostly just interested in the final post-game credit cutscene, as unfortunately nothing here is different from the good ending. But anyway, he's about to go for the long drop with Windy. Goodbye, King. Okay, chat, let's see what our reward is for the normal ending. We got 107 stars on purpose. We purposely didn't get Sonya. Anyway, we don't have to talk to them because their dialogue will not really change, unfortunately. But we gotta get through the self-destruct sequence at the castle, as you do. I mean, I guess that was a big thing with Konami in the 90s. Just all these RPGs with giant castles that ended up getting destroyed at some point. See SotN and Suikoden. Oh, actually, I could have probably seen his different dialogue there. I'm sorry. I could have gone slightly slower there. We'll go slower on the next set. We technically didn't see the alternate dialogue. I can't believe the game would actually force you into random fights there, chat. That is so rude. I'm still not gonna... I can't believe you could, like, beat the game and be, like, near death, and the game is like, yeah, by the way, we're just gonna attack you with this nonsense. Go away. Right, chat? Get out of here. Okay, so we're gonna change our dialogue option here. We're gonna say stay alive this time, I suppose. It's a bit too early to see Odessa again. A reunion can wait until I become a better man. Oh, he says the same thing either way. Okay, we didn't really miss out then. Disappointing. We'll get through the dialogue eventually, chat. We're almost there. There's one more thing I want to try before we beat the game. We talked briefly about the stat stone glitch. That one isn't too exciting. Just as a reminder, if you use the stat stones and then die, it basically resets your stat stone usage for some reason. Like, as in, like, they come back into your inventory. It's a little hard to do once you've hit a really high level to do it efficiently, but early on in the game, it's pretty easy to die. I suppose you could always sell your armor to speed that up, but there's one thing I want to try. I'm gonna go for it once, but it's gonna require us to beat the game one more time. Unfortunately, we do have that save right at the end. So one thing I kind of mentioned about before, I'm curious if it actually works on the final boss of the game, but it is possible to win every encounter with bribe, and I think we have an okay amount of money. It might honestly be doable. I'm curious if we could bribe the final boss instead of fighting the final boss. Then that ending makes more sense. We just pay the Emperor, and he's like, yeah, I don't feel like fighting anymore. I am really curious if it works on the final boss, though, chat. I've never tried it before. So essentially, the bribe glitch, for those not aware, is normally you can't do it on boss battles, but if you mash that confirm button, chat, if you mash really hard, before it spawns any text, it will technically let the bribe go through. Because I think by default, if you have money, it'll set it to true, and then it sets it to false when it realizes it's a boss. But the problem is you can interrupt that process just by mashing. So we'll go for it once. I mean, it's not like we don't have money from gambling. It's possible we'll fail by not having enough money, but I imagine that probably won't be the case. I imagine we probably need like 200,000 or so to bribe the boss, if I had to guess. But I don't have any basis for it. I think normal bribes are like 90,000, so I'm thinking he'd probably be like double or triple a normal bribe, and we should have that much money on us still. Because I think I entered that area at 500k, and we've been picking up money to 600k. So I feel like even if I'm off by like double, it should still work. Oop, my bad. Yeah, we are almost done with Suikoden, chat. I think we showed off basically everything we were looking to do. But I'm mostly just interested in what happens after we go through this. actually, is this the same song that was played in the other version? I thought it was something else. I'll go back and listen to it again later. Oh, maybe it just takes a while to get to that part of the song. I guess that also makes sense. Yeah, I was gonna say, it sounded a little different. I don't remember the cathedral piano as much. So I guess we'll see what happens when we go to exit the castles. We don't have Gremio by our side. Oh, Grenseal and Alan. I never really used either of you to your potential. I suppose I used one of you for Rage. Oh, Lorelei. If only you were good in this game. You are not good in this game. Yeah, Morgan just feels like worse pawn. Be real with you. So there we go, chat. We get to see the fates of 106 of the 108. Because I guess technically we executed Sonya, question mark? Or at least we left her in prison. I have to say Sheena's also surprisingly good. I feel like if we did a combo of like Sheena, LaPont, and Eileen, I think those characters are pretty much good all the way through the game, right? Like, you have a slightly tanky frontliner who has decent unite attacks with each of the characters. Sheena's got solid magic, and Eileen just has even better magic. I think that's actually not a bad team to take all the way to the end of the game. Like, if you just wanted to stick with some characters all the way through, you get them fairly early, too. It's kind of nice. What is the absolute minimum number of stars you can beat the game with? I believe the answer to that is 40. The game forces you to get enough to get the castle upgrade. That's it. We went way out of our way to get more characters, for sure. Pretty decisive victory overall. It took a little longer since the damage was not as high on the outer heads. Oh yeah, you could get like almost no characters if you tried. Like, think of it this way: there were probably at least, you have to exclude all the major generals. Other than that, you just get the elves on Taiho, Yamku, Humphrey, some of the supporting characters like Sanchez, Matthew. Honestly, not that many other characters. I mean, you got Flick, Victor, Protagonist, Cleo. You could let Pawn die. I don't know if the 40 includes Pawn or not. Yeah, pretty much nobody. I mean, you got like Kryn and Kasumi as well, for example. Okay, so let's see, chat. Normal ending. Oh, after the credits. I got baited. I forgot. Can you skip the credits in this game? Ooh, can't skip the credits. Okay, we got time to talk about other things, chat. So yeah, you really don't get that many characters throughout the course of the game, comparatively. You have to think about it this way. We average about one character a location, and there are less than 40 locations in the game. Right? Like, we get a whole bunch of them all at once, then we visit those, like, 5 towns in the Rose area, and we potentially don't even get a single character out of that. It's kind of funny. The siege battles would be ridiculously difficult. Because think of it this way, chat, you only get one guaranteed ninja, and you don't get them early. And you only get one thief. So that would actually make the end of the game difficult. And not just, like, thief spam. I mean, other than that, like, you don't get a lot of the characters until basically, like, the Dragon Knight era. I mean, fortunately, you still get Tengar and Hicks from Neoclord's castle, but still, it's pretty brutal. Does chat want to see a minimum star run at some point? Let's revisit the game and go, nah, I refuse to talk to people. Just going straight through the plot. I mean, fortunately, at least Stallion is mandatory in this one. Though I at least would get a guaranteed Holy Rune at some point. Maybe someday. That's like the only character you're allowed to recruit is Sarah. Somebody has to do the laundry, chat. Yeah, pretty solid, not too bad. Obviously, runes OP. I suppose you could get away with just the protagonist using runes. He's a pretty solid spellcaster, because that magic is meant to be very powerful. And for the most part, almost nothing. I actually don't think anything resists his Soul Eater. It does like a bazillion damage. Yeah, see, there's I Am Jun-chan and somebody just named Never in the chorus. Miyamata Heart Miyuki, Hakusode Mr. Dot, Monkey Funky chat, Punk Takabo. I swear those aren't real names. Nope, there can't be somebody named that. That just sounds like a cruel joke. Well, anyway, thank you Konami 1995 to 1997. Let's go see our ending, chat. I like that we were walking at the very top of the screen, but we didn't enter the screen until later. So we just look left and right, nobody joins us on our journey. This time we're all by ourselves, chat. It's not a huge difference between the endings, but figured show it off and at least give some of the non-cheese strategies some love. So there's proof. We refuse to use any runes to make up for the rune cheese. So if chat was not satisfied with the absolute nonsense of Quadra Earthquake, Judgment, Victor in the Face, I feel like we went pretty much the polar opposite. So let's give one final send-off for the game, chat. I do not think we'll be returning to it in the near future, but maybe in the distant future we'll come back to it. So let's talk about the game. We already talked about the strengths and weaknesses of the game. I do feel for the most part it mostly holds up. I think you could go back and play it. I did have a good time with it. I still think runes in this game are super powerful, and generally it's weighted so that I honestly feel like you almost never need to use medicine. As we get into the later games, I feel that is not quite true. We're going to be healing a lot more in general. And while there are exploits for money, I think they become progressively more annoying as you get further in the series. So we won't be able to infinite money abuse as easily. I'm not going to say it doesn't exist. As there is, don't worry, chat. There's still a money exploit in Suikoden 2. Don't worry, chat. We're going to have infinite money. And don't worry, chat. I'm going to get stuff I shouldn't have in Suikoden 3. Don't worry, we're still gonna cheese the game to some extent. What number in the series am I planning to do? So as a reminder, I'm going to be playing potentially 1 to 5 with Suikoden Tactics in between. I didn't realize until starting up the series that Suikoden Tactics actually ports data from 4. Like, it takes in 4's data, and then it exports data into 5. So I think we'll be probably doing it in that order. And I think playing more of a tactics style kind of game is not a bad break with all this weekend and we're about to be doing for sure. Which one is the boat game? Yeah, that one's 4. So we'll see how far we get with it. But hopefully we'll end up beating all of them. I will say from the standpoint of playing the games before, I got the least furthest in 5 because I never played it. But if we're going to count the... Well, and also tactics. But if we're also going to count ones that I did play, 4 was probably the least furthest I've gotten. Funny enough, I don't think I've ever really beaten a Suikoden game other than 1. I've seen the ending to 2, but I've not actually fought the final boss before, so that'll be a new experience for me. I've otherwise played through basically all of 2. So we'll see how it goes. But I think for now, chat, I don't have too much else to say about the topic. Hopefully you enjoyed the game. We'll be seeing several of these characters in the upcoming Suikoden 2. So prepare to see more of that within the upcoming weeks. And other than that, chat, we'll have to think of new character names as we're going to be getting a new protagonist in 2. So we're probably going to inappropriately spell their name wrong as well, if I had to guess. But we'll discuss it a little more, and who knows, maybe some of the chat favorites will be brought back into the party. But I feel for the most part, I have to do a little bit of brushing up on the routing of the second game, as the first game is semi-strict with some characters. Suikoden 2 is like that times 5. It is very, 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 very easy to miss characters, and it is very, 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 very easy to lock yourself out of a lot of areas and characters. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of research in between just to make sure to kind of clean that up a little bit. And I'll probably be playing alongside some notes like I did in this game. But hopefully I will not be like literally reading dungeon directions. I just want just kind of a refresher, because some of those character options are kind of tricky. I know, for example, we're going to be given the choice to recruit like one of 2 characters, or I get an item I could give to like one of 3 characters. And one of the characters doesn't count as a 108 star, which is really annoying. And if you give it to the wrong character, you don't have enough to get all 108 stars. I remember that being a thing. So we're going to hopefully avoid those issues going into it, as I am vaguely aware of those things. But in any case, I think that's it for the Suikoden playthrough. So thank you, chat, for sticking through the game. We'll be continuing the stream, so stick around for that. But for all of the people on YouTube, thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll see you again next time.